Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand finals of the EU Blitzkrieg Week 3, where we have Endpoint versus Entropy starting on... Huh? Starting... Oh no, my mic is very important, but we are starting on Manorhouse with 3 maps, Manor, Docks, and Invasion. Pencil can take it away.
Questionable pick on Docks. It is... I'm actually scared about that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but right now we're looking at Manorhouse, and I like Manorhouse because Manorhouse is one of those maps where it really isn't that much defensive sided. Obviously, actually, out of a lot of the maps nowadays, I think this is one of the favorite maps I like to play, mostly because of that. It's not that much defensive sided, but either way, looks like we're going to be watching on well, it looks like an A push maybe here, slowly approaching in. Mastermind less than 50 HP here, and you can clearly see how Cinda gets taken down, but Villelo with a nice double kill there, stopping that push. So now it becomes a little bit difficult for Entropy here. Somebody again on Barn, and Kia start trading back. Obviously, Dizzle P and Dizzle taking down Mastermind there. So, what's interesting here, they try to go for that A, but obviously, and the bomb is in a pretty tough spot, I might add. Fake sneaking around on the Barn, so it's a 1v1. Kia start barely making it too. As you can clearly see, no HP there. Alexi will be the last player remaining, so 1v1. Smokes are coming in. Bomb will be planted. Oh, it's 4 seconds. Does he have time?
It's gonna be close if it is, and he just got it. Barely any time left on that one. He does get a smoke in to cover the spawn, which the last remaining play is coming from spawn trench instead. KSL's position could help him, especially later in the round. It just seems like Alexi's waiting for it first. Maybe try and read his plan, but he peeks at the right time to get a headshot, taking down KSL, getting the first round for his team. Endpoint taking the lead early, and before we continue, there's one thing which I do need to get off my chest about Endpoint: the fact that Mark and Replan both changing their names consistently. Because now, of course, you have face video names, and then their Steam names is now P, Dizzle, and Villelo.
Well, I mean,
making
at this
it
point,
confusing.
Just call it by what you see. I know there are new people, new viewers, obviously, and there are other viewers that know these individuals. So we're gonna call it with the names that we are seeing on screen, try to avoid any confusion. And I'm assuming Villelo is Dr. Lovemaker, given the fact that he has a sniper right at the
Captain. It was Captain Lovemaker, aka Replan for some other players, and of course Peter's is Instructor, aka Mark. But it does seem like Entropy want to head towards that B bomb site, sorry. Villelo unable to get the mark in down mid. Bomb slowly pushing in, led by the charge of Jay himself. He actually managed to get that pick on P Dizzle.
Oh.
And there's still one more player, Alexi, on the site with a shotgun in radio. This is going to be a tough position for anybody to get out, especially when he has a shotgun, but they need to pick him together. They try and get that pick, and Mastermind runs in there. No hope for his life. Falls.
But this is a great opportunity because he can actually grab the bar and do long range gunfights, of course. But can he go ahead and do it if Fly gets taken down? He can actually grab the gun. Probably waiting for Villelo to get the frag, so Jay himself will be the last player remaining. And Alexi pretty much controlling B from radio. And if anything, that was somewhat of an uncomfortable situation. The bomb gets planted. He still stays in radio, patiently waiting for Villelo to make the play. Villelo makes the play, and Alexi finally starts pushing. Not only that, but I kept saying grabbing the rifle, but that was actually well played, taking his time, not trying to get caught off guard, and pretty much turned out great for him.
Yeah, and the fact that he got 2 kills in radio makes it even better because then he just stuck in a position, got those 2 frags, which was one of the 3 remaining players, controlling the site without actually having to step out of the radio. And Cinder opening things up through the smoke. Nice spam onto QWERTY. Going for it again, trying to hope to get a second one, but the chances of you getting 2 in the same round is very difficult. But Alexi again on towards that B side, opening up another frag, giving his team a huge advantage.
Not only that, but Kyostar is the last player with a nice drop shot there. Fake, take it down, Kyostar. So very well played. So far, the defensive round, the defensive sides for Endpoint does seem like, well, pretty much it's on point. So very nice job by Endpoint, all things considered. Really nice way of playing defense. What is wrong with the with Entropy here? Kai, talk to me a little bit about this situation. I mean, we've seen Entropy play before. Really good team.
I think it's just. I think it's just because it's early on. Like what I normally say is when you win the first round, you can get a follow-up too. But right now they're just getting picked off one by one, and that's the main problem. No one's there for the trades. When you're on Allies, you need to play for trades. You need to group up, go for the 2 versus 1s or 3 versus 1s instead of the 1 versus 1s, because that's when you're gonna have the most success. Just like Philel with the scope, aim to get another frag, getting some extra utility to help. But now we're actually seeing some weapons being bought. We see Fire with the scope being pulled out. Jay himself getting the Thompson and Mastermind with the bar. Only person on low weaponry is actually QWERTY with a carbine, but you can still do a lot of the carbine. You can go for those headshots if you're good enough, which these players are all good enough because they won't be here otherwise.
This is a little bit tough here. The situation with this is just, we talk about trading. I do have to agree with you. You saw how Bilal got the wall bang, and all of a sudden somebody just stopped and got naded. That definitely, if anything, they looked concerned after that wall bang and pretty much crumbled down after Bilal got the first frag on Entropy. But right now, Bilal doing a great job, just not exposing himself, but rather than just wait patiently for them to come until it's time to do a rotation, if a rotation ever happens. So far, Fi is the only player going down. That was the scope, I believe it was. Meanwhile, Mastermind has another scope to work with.
He picked up Fi's scope.
Oh, he picked it up? All right, very good. So either way, a scope is there, which is going to be very crucial at this point.
Yeah, and it does seem like Jay himself gets spoiled out for now, trying his best to get this frag on the QWERTY, which he does. And that comes back to the fact they're going for these 1 versus 1 duels, which doesn't favor most players. But now P Dizzle, double kill, shotgun and knife combo. Justin Kiss again, last player left alive, and he's trying his best, but 3 players left to face him. You're never gonna win those duels, and Alexi B goes up on top 5-0 for Endpoint, and they're looking very much in control. And you have to remember, this is actually Entropy's pick as well.
And then you talk about cruise control. Somebody call Elon Musk. At this point, Endpoint is on cruise control, and then they doesn't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon. So far, looking really good. Now, the situation is obviously Entropy has not been able to get around on the offensive side, so this is a great start by Endpoint. So definitely Entropy is going to have a lot to work with, and to your point, it is Entropy's pick, so not looking good for the Entropy squad so far. Economy's already, it's fine on Endpoint side, and you can see Villalol again playing the same thing over and over, and he lands a grenade and hits him from the spawn. Holy hell, QWERTY was on the middle trenches there and lands the grenade and capitalizes on it. Not really sure if you were watching that, Kai, but what a grenade it was. Dizzle takes out Mastermind, 5 trading back, but my god, the damage is done.
Yeah, Pete Dizzle able to get that frag in the smoke as well. Knew Mastermind's position because Mastermind was knifing in the corner. Not the smartest move since players can hear that, but it just leaves Jay himself to try and tidy up things. And 1 versus 3 again. We've seen a situation so many times. Entropy just in a 1 versus 3, which... What was that shot from Cinder? chopping off the head as Jay himself was jumping across. Tough shot to make, but beautiful in the same respect.
Man, that is just. You should have seen that grenade. Villela he's been doing that grenade. I've seen him for like 2 rounds already. He stays in spawn, and right there on these barrels, he throws a nade, and the nade literally lands in the middle. You know where that little jump off, where you can just jump before you land on trenches, a little roof that's right there in the middle, and literally just landed perfectly on the player's feet. So they do know the nades. You can clearly see they are coming prepared for this map, clearly. But right now, it's just they're putting on a clinic here. 6-0, Dizzle and Alexi taking out 2 players there. I mean, this is just putting on a clinic here. This looks like they're playing public matches at this point. This is just destruction at its finest.
Yeah, and it does remind me of the old school Endpoint. They was so good at the major. And we haven't seen that since the launch, but right now we're seeing the old school Endpoint, even though they have 2 new players. Jay himself unable to hit the mark on the level, but now he's just slowly getting surrounded. Not much he can do. I'm surprised that he's still alive, to be honest, with this many shots being shot in his direction. Hardly any hitting the mark.
That was
Finally,
looking like
he gets taken out.
That was looking like a cat and mouse show right there, running around trying to avoid everything. But unfortunately, on a tough spot there. Meanwhile, Endpoint again, great economy, great utilities, nothing to show from Entropy. I honestly, it has been a pleasure. This is the first time that I've watched Endpoint play. Obviously, not the first time that I've seen Entropy play, but no, I know play. But what I'm saying is, you know, I didn't think that Entropy was going to get dominated like this. Definitely not.
Definitely. Like, we've seen Entropy play. They're a really good team. They defeated Wakanda. They've defeated good teams to get here. The Endpoint looking very sharp. They're looking on fire. They're hitting all their shots, whereas Entropy haven't. But now they're looking a little bit better. Entropy as they got a 2-man advantage for the first time on this map. Cinder, we're making that gap slightly more close. But the advantage stays as Filello, last person standing in the corner box. Mastermind does not expect him at all. How has he managed to get in this position? He gets the 2 kills, stops the bomb on with 50 seconds left, so there's still time to play for Entropy. But huge mistake as they don't expect the 5th player to be in the corner and going through the smoke. This is so smart. They're not going to expect this. Jay himself, he gets caught off guard, just leaving quiet in a 1 versus 1. This was on 1 versus 4.
Oh, no. You have to turn around. Filello has to turn around. It's right there. Oh no! But either way, he has great positioning. He's pretty much dancing around the entire map. But this is good for Qwerty. 20 seconds remaining.
He has to go.
He's
to
not
B.
even going.
Time.
There's not enough time. That is correct. He has to go to B. I thought he was going to make a sprint for A, but the sound. I don't think he didn't see him. Or actually, he did, but he's going to ignore it. Oh no! This is going to be good. Filello definitely got caught off guard there. Wow, what a play for both of these individuals. Just in the nick of time, but he manages to get him. Qwerty gets taken down.
1 versus 4.
Oh my god.
Able to do it, showing where he was at the start of that. Just dancing around in success after that, winning that 1 versus 4. What an impressive round from Replin. So smart, but like at the end, I thought he might have just lost it, rotating towards B, didn't spot him out, and Qwerty spotting him out. Which made me confused on why Qwerty was checking double doors.
I mean, I would understand, to be honest with you, I would understand Qwerty's decision of not standing around. I'm gonna go and say maybe it was a bad timing. The way the angle was, you know, obviously Filello got him from the side, so I understand his intention. it was just all around bad timing. Definitely
For
bad
me,
timing.
it just seemed like a mistake because I'm pretty sure Quay spotted Falelo running away, which allowed him to get the plant. And that distance, you can't hear the plant for the B site.
Right,
So,
but the point is,
a
okay,
bit of a
well,
mistake. Of course, it goes down to timing, but it's also a mistake that he should have remembered the fact that he saw Falelo run away and
Of
could
course.
expect him from Car Street.
It's just more like it's just questionable plays. I think it would have gone either way. It could have gone either way. Again, obviously, I understand your point too. Don't get me wrong. I do understand it, but like you said, it's timing. Maybe it would have just obviously, in my opinion, I would have just grab a corner and hide. But I would understand given the fact that Cordy was moving around constantly.
Well, enough of that. Anyway, we're already in
do the
a
same
round
thing, yeah.
afterwards, and we need to focus on round 10. As it is still 9-0, Entropy not getting a single round on the board just yet, and this could be quite disastrous if they don't start getting the rounds now. Especially since Fake's already brought down 5, which is one of the heavy hitters for Entropy, which is not what you want to see early on in this round, especially when you're losing 9-0. Entropy needs to find their footing, especially after losing that 1 versus 4.
I mean, we have enough time to talk about anything. At this point, it's 9-0. It's Entropy's pick. I did not expect Entropy to go down this way, at least in the first map. Obviously, they haven't lost. That's not the point. It's just, man, it's just getting manhandled at this.
Yeah, and the Endpoint's just looking sharp. They're just hitting all their shots. Hardly anyone's gone down. Alexi's only died once in this entire game, and he's got 10 kills. So he's got killed pretty much every single round, only dying once, which was that 1 versus 4, which Falelo won, which is going to be talked about all series, really. But Entropy needs to start waking up. They need to start hitting their shots. They need to start working as a team, and that's the main problem. They haven't been working as a team. Like right now, you can see no one's really together. They're all singled out, dying from nades, but finally they're getting some opening frags. But we've seen this position before.
Fake has gotten that grenade twice. Fake has gotten that grenade twice. Right now is showing some sign of life. I mean, it's 2 players are down from both teams, so hopefully they can. This could be the round that they can win here. 2v3 though. Fake trying to get a frag here. Obviously, needs to back away. 1 minute. Meanwhile, it looks like
he's pushed up into mana, and this is a good position since he would spot the mid-trench play out. He's not focusing on it, but he will pass that on to his teammates. But his mastermind, he gets the kill onto Fake, and unlike him, misses. And at this point, I would just say let Entropy hit this round when instead of going for it. I know you have some coins, but 6 coins after winning that many rounds is still not good enough.
No, I talk about a round like this. Definitely 10-1. 10-1. The start of a comeback.
Last round of the half.
That's looking really tough here for Entropy. I believe the second match is going to be Docs. Correct me if I'm.
Yep.
And it's going to be Docs. Yeah. That to me personally, that's the first time that I'm going to be seeing Docs in a tournament environment. So this is I'm definitely curious to see how.
First time I'll see Docs in competitive in general.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Everyone bans it on Facer.
I know, right? Definitely. Really curious to see what they're going to be doing. So far, again, you can see they're trying to go for an A push somewhat. Qwerty slowly approaching in. Hopefully he doesn't get his head blown off. Alexi trying to do the best he can with the Car 98 behind the bomb. All around, they're pretty well set up. Villalol gets the first frag.
You can see, like, no one's in positions to refrag when they lose these 1 versus 1 duels. So Endpoint's just taking advantage fully in this situation. But Fight able to get that knife in the end. And for some hope still in this round. But you can see how much they split off. Bombs and mana. Entropy just doesn't look like a team.
You would think you got to ask yourself if they even give if they're even giving up at this point. I mean, it's a long, tough road ahead of them if they're going to come back. Chances are they might not. Hopefully they prove me wrong, but it's just looking like it's almost impossible here.
Well, that's the thing. If you're in a team environment, you don't want to ever give up. Even at the scoreline at 10-1, of course, it's pretty much an impossible scoreline. But if you give up, that's going to pass on to the next one. That's why you want to finish the game on a high and try and make a comeback, which these two players are trying their best in this round, making it 2 versus 2. Question is, can they hold off this peak? And Fight gets the first one onto Fake, just leaving Cinder alone on a 1 versus 2. No utility in hand. At this point, I'll just say save instead of going for it.
No point. Rounds are going to be switch, I believe it is at this point.
Oh,
so...
yeah, switch. I forgot that. I haven't switched half yet. Fourth half time's already gone since this round's been going on for so long.
So now the sides are going to be switched. So you got to ask yourself, I mean, the way Endpoint is going to be, the way they played defense, which is incredible defense by Endpoint, definitely you got to ask yourself, how are they exactly going to be playing the offensive side here? Are they going to be playing really aggressive? And even if so, can Entropy put a stop to that offensive role from Endpoint? That is definitely the question here.
Well, they have to be flawless at this point. If they want to make a comeback, they have to be flawless. Can't drop a single round. They don't really want to drop a single player as much as they can, because they know if they drop one player, that's one token to their opponents, giving them an advantage. He is still giving his team that advantage, which I'm talking about. Again, no one's in good positions to trade on Endpoint, as they're allowed to go for these 1 versus X draws, which we didn't see Entropy do on their allies.
Jesus Christ, it's just looking so good here on the offensive side. Still, Jay and Mastermind, the last 2 players. Keep in mind, Mastermind is on radio, trying to get, trying to steal one from Endpoint's book there with the trench gun on radio, but definitely not going to go towards a B, rather going to go for A. So Mastermind has a lot to work with. Keep in mind, Villalel is right behind him. So if he starts sprinting, obviously Villalel will hear him. And as you can clearly see, Villalel took advantage of the situation there and gets the trench gun away. 2 more rounds, and it'll be over for the first map.
Yeah, when we see dogs for the first time in a tournament scenario. Let's see if Entropy can still make this on a high note, because you want to get as many rounds. Just give yourself a momentum boost for the next map, because at this point, it's pretty much sealed to be Endpoints, you would say. But you want to put as many rounds on one, make it look good if you're Entropy.
And almost every run has been good from for Endpoint at this point. So Entropy has no business at this point being on this map, as it is almost over for Entropy. So Villalel approaching towards A. I gotta see who has the bomb, and I believe it is Cinda who has the bomb. Cinda now looking towards the left side. Jay himself gets the advantage of the situation. Cinda gets taken down, but Alexi's there with the support role there, backing him up. So now the smokes is gonna come off, trying to take their time to plant the bomb as the bomb, as the bomb will be planted. So it's a 3-3 situation. Can he go ahead and pull?
This is just going to be tough, since most of the players are in a bond. But if you're going to get those 1 versus X duels, they're going to favor Endpoint every single day. Gears up, making it work. Peter's all a little bit struggling there, but quite able to get that frag, just leaving Alexi. And he will fall. So Entropy does make the retake for those duels, winning them. But you can kind of see the difference in the play styles. Like, you see Endpoint, they are playing a little bit more together, like you saw with Alexi supporting his teammate, which I believe was Fake, was it? In Dark?
Yep.
We didn't see that with Entropy in the first half.
It was Jay was just like in like a little corner in between the arches and the entrance of Dark Room. But
yeah,
definitely
but the difference is what Endpoint did. It doesn't matter what Jay did, because Jay did his best in that scenario, but it was what Endpoint worked together to take him down, and still one player doing it all.
Nevertheless, right now on this round here, at least got to give credit to QWERTY. Obviously, QWERTY was a big man on the of that last round. Obviously, credits to him trying to stay alive as much as they can. Obviously, Endpoint needs 2 more rounds. Meanwhile, again, Entropy has a long and tough road ahead of them. Hopefully, they can. That's a big yikes, obviously, but hopefully they can go ahead and do it. Keostar with the frag on Cindy, so that's a good start. QWERTY again, that's a second frag there, so very nice start. Hopefully he doesn't get hit by the grenade there. Villalel, however, taken down. That's 5, correct? 5? He changes his name.
Yeah,
PH9.
PH9 is 5.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay, thank you. That's 5 right there. So again, great opening so far. 5 is the only player down here, Kai. Meanwhile, 2 players from Endpoint. So 40 seconds. Hopefully they can hold it. 1 player in radio though, Kai. Take a look at that.
Yeah, Mastermind. If he just waits long enough, he could catch a player off guard. His teammate though gives him a little bit of a love tap. But look at these positions from Endpoint. They're quite interesting, quite far from the bomb. And Alexi falling, that's the closest player, just leaving for the low of the scope. If they just have 1 smoke, they can stop it. But Mastermind will stop it himself. That's going to be 11-4. Slowly getting rounds after rounds.
The thing is right now,
what you need to do when you're in this position.
The thing is right now with the economy, obviously Endpoint has the opportunity to rebuy certain things, as you can clearly see. Obviously they're going to go for the scope on Villalel, logically, but of course. Meanwhile, Alexi, so they have smokes. Obviously they can work with the smokes. Meanwhile, we're talking about Entropy using 2 scopes, obviously, and the M1 Garand.
Yeah.
So everything is going to go. Oh, this is balls out here at this point. 5 takes a shot on Villalel. Keostar, so very strong holds continuously by Entropy, Kai. Strong holds indeed.
Will it be strong enough? We have seen some weakness in it. As Endpoint tried to exploit them early on in this half. At this point, if you're Endpoint, you're probably not going to win a 2 versus 5, but you can cause some economic damage. Try and take those scopes away from Fi and James and make them rebuy. Because, of course, looking at the economy on HP, it's not too strong. Alexi just doing that, taking out a scope in play. Mastermind should be able to recover it.
But right now, Dizzle is the last player. So again, to your question, it is strong enough. So far, it is strong enough here as Dizzle is the last player remaining. And Jay himself pretty much letting everybody know that it is their round and their round for the taking. Obviously, the question will be, can they continue this comeback? I mean, defensive. When you're on a defensive side, it's so important. You have to win these rounds. And so far, that's what, like the 4th round in a row they win.
It's the 4th round in the row.
It's strong A though. If you take a look at the, I believe they're gonna go for that A push. Jay obviously ready for it. Gets a shot on Villalel, barely making it alive there. That grenade probably is going to be hitting somebody. Gets a shot. Oh my god, a great grenade on a Dizzle. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the comeback that we're talking.
Still a little bit early on to tell, but they do get that 6th round. And very convincingly, as all 5 players stay alive, that's going to increase their economy. Going further into this second half. They are 5 rounds away from Endpoint, and of course, they are 7 rounds away from winning it. After having such a tough first half.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it is amazing what we're watching from Entropy. It's waking up kind of late, but still waking up on the defensive rounds. Kids are trying to go for that wall bang, but obviously doesn't capitalize on anything. QWERTY has to be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, we throw in a smoke near Barn, I believe it was. Jay himself on A still. So it looks like a more of a middle push, trying to commit towards B. Hopefully they're able to do it here. But right now, things are looking good for the Entropy squad. Somewhat stuck on B house, I believe it is.
Cannot tell, but Endpoint slowly pushing in, quite able to actually loses to Cinder surprisingly, and so does Mastermind. The B site is now open for Endpoint's taking 2 versus 5 as the bomb goes down. No nades to stop it as well. He's trying his best to get his team back into it. With that many players falling, with so many players towards that B site, with no one to get trades, it's a little bit worrying for Entropy. And they need every single round that they can get.
I would, if I was Jay himself, I would save.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call, but right now, you can only, obviously, you can either go for it or you can save, but obviously, I mean, when you're down like that, it is a tough call, but me personally, I would have saved. Probably he wanted to go for
it's a tough
little...
call because now they have to go 6 in a row without losing. Whereas if he went for it, there's still a chance that he could win it.
Well, Villalel did, certainly. I'm pretty sure he thought the same. Obviously, well, if Villalel did it, I can do it too, you know. But all kidding aside, now it's match point here for the first map, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we're going to be going towards docks after this, which is a very unusual pick, given the fact that it's not exactly a fan favorite map on Face It or tournament for that matter.
So a favorite, it's not that either. I don't think I've met a player which actually likes that map.
None, never. I don't think that's ever. Nope. But focusing right now here on the map, Villalel again with the sniper being so nutty with that, gets a shot on Kiastar. So Kai again talking about the match point here. Now you have yourself a 4v5 situation with 1 minute remaining. I mean, ooh, credits, very good shot by Fi on Barn. So you can see Cinda throwing that smoke to avoid the view, and actually Fi went a little bit greedy on that one, I might say. Gets punished for it. Jay himself and Mastermind are the last 2 players, with just 40 on the clock. Kai here.
Yeah, and Jay himself trying his best, able to get Alexi with a nice headshot, but he's going to be tested immensely as 3 players slowly push towards Mastermind. Actually, he managed only to get 1. This is still doable for Joshua, but the question is, can he actually get it? He's been spoiled out by Cinder. And they know where his position is. He knows that there's the planter as well. But 1 versus 2, when you're facing against Endpoint, who are on match point, it's always going to be difficult a situation, especially since you don't have much utility. Actually, he has no utility. Just can't seem to get the pick. He does manage to tag down Cinder. You can see this Endpoint playing this so nicely, but Cinder falls. Joshua able to get him, but it's still 1 versus 1. Fakes in a good position to try and stop him, which he goes for switching weapons, but somehow he's still alive. 16 seconds left. Fakes it. Gets the frag, and he has enough time to defuse. This game is gonna keep going. 12-7.
What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Few rounds away from tying it up. Jay himself coming in huge for Entropy, and they are still staying alive on the first map of the series. What a match so far. Kai, it was 10-1 at one point. 10-1 at one point. And Jesus Christ. Actually, yeah, 10-0 at one point. And now it is 12-7. Can they keep it? Talk about keeping a dream alive and slowly turning that negative into a positive here.
Yeah, at this point, it's still going to be difficult for them since they need to get 5 rounds in a row without losing. But the fact that you can take that energy from making a comeback into the next map, it's what you want.
As you can see right now,
you can always dream. You can always dream.
You can always dream, but sometimes dreams come true, or dreams can be a complete nightmare. Hopefully, it is not a nightmare for Entropy as they have such a huge momentum going. But Villalel, with that patience on Trench, takes a good shot at Kiastar there. So again, Kiastar, I believe Kiastar was the first player to die last round. So it is a tough situation of 4v5, especially under these circumstances. Mastermind gets a shot on Alexi, so that is a great start so far. 4v5, keeping it even. It's a trench gun versus a trench gun, but Fake actually gets a ding. Could be forced to retreat, doesn't want to risk it. Meanwhile, Fi, a great shot, taking down Cinda. So they have everything to their advantage. 4v3 now, slowly have to make that push. Fi and Fake takes on Mastermind here. Fake slowly approaching in. Somebody's behind the smoke. I can't see, but Jay himself takes a shot on Dizzle, and Fake is taken down. 12-8, ladies and gentlemen. 4 more rounds. This is the comeback. Can it happen?
It's still a little bit of a distance, but it's slowly coming true. But you can kind of see Endpoint just managing to get 1 round out of these 4. That's all they need, just 1 round. And Entropy needs to make sure those holes don't leak. Because if it's Endpoint, they're going to try and exploit those holes as much as possible. But Mastermind making the dream even more possible as Villarreal falls to his nade at the start. In fact, he also gets a tag onto Dizzle. That's going to give his team a little bit more information to work with. Fi making even more, taking down Cinder. 3 versus 5 as they try and get B-side control, but it's just not working for them.
This is just... They have to be frustrated. You only need 1 round, guys. That's all you need. 1 damn round, and you're letting it go out of your hands right now. It is Fake and Dizzle, the last 2 players remaining. Meanwhile, Fi is slowly approaching, looking through middle. Fake takes a shot of Mastermind, but Dizzle is the last player with the trench gun and a dream, also an M1 Garand. It is 45 seconds. Killstar gets taken down. It is a 2-1 now, slowly making an opening here. Can he go ahead and do it? Misses a shot there. You can see Fi toying with him between the tree. Can he get it? It's a 1v1 situation, Kai. The bomb will be planted right now. Dizzle approximately 30 HP. Can he go ahead and do it? Jay himself also has a trench gun. Can he make it work? But keep in mind, Dizzle has an M1 Garand. Jay has a scope. Jay making the approach slowly but surely. He needs this as much as they all... I can't even speak right now, Kai. This is just... My God, he has to smoke to work with, Kai. You have to work with me here. It's a 1v1 on the left side. He's not looking, and he gets it. 12-9, ladies and gentlemen. The comeback is still happening, whether you like it or not.
That's the second time Joshua has bailed his team out. 1 versus 4. Mark almost making it work. Like, that so perfectly. Then that smoke was the perfect distraction that Joshua needed to be able to take Mark's mind off his position and get that frag, making it 12-9, closing the gap ever so slowly.
But not only that, but right now, this is... I'm really wondering what Endpoint has in mind with 3 M1 Garands and 1 scope. I don't know if that's desperation or they're just going to play really, really slow and get these long-range battles. You only need 2 hit markers with the M1 Garand. For those who do not know, it is 12-9. It is looking bad for Endpoint. Fake gets taken down. This is a Villa. Oh my God, Villa gets taken down as well. God, what is happening?
It's just Joshua. He's just woken up. He's on 20 kills now. Villarreal is just slowed down completely as he gets demolished by Joshua. And he's still holding this angle, so if Endpoint beats him, it's going to be tough for him, but he misses the shot. He needs to hit those. You're not going to get those every single day. As they do try and get some mid-presence, Endpoint. Cinder pushing down to mid-trench. No one really in a position to try and stop them, and you have Mastermind in such a great position if they rotate to B, which it looks like they want to.
Jesus Christ.
Question is, will they check this angle?
The thing is 30 seconds, Kai.
Mastermind misses! He misses twice!
Oh my God!
The third one!
What is happening? Alex is the last player remaining, and we're gonna be watching a 10-12 now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bamboozled. Why? I don't understand what's happening. Alexi is forced to retreat and save the guns. No economy for them whatsoever here.
And Alexi won't get any
Dude.
tokens after this round, but what a game we're seeing. 10-2 at the end of the first half for Endpoint. Now it's 12-10. The gap is close. Entropy trying their best to keep this alive. You can see it. They want it. They want this victory. And they're not going down fighting. And this is what you want to see going possibly into the next map or going into overtime. You want that momentum. And at the moment, it's purely an Entropy side.
This is me just assuming, but you gotta wonder how frustrated is Endpoint right now. How frustrated is Endpoint right now? Villarreal finally shuts down Jay. Could this be the opening? We've seen how Jay himself have created so many opportunities, but Gearstar takes a shot on Cinda. Somehow Cinda's still alive. Gearstar gets taken down. 2 players are down. The bomb will be planted, however. This is slowly retreating, and he knows somebody was there in barn. Such a bad timing here. The bomb will be planted. Can he get the kill? He gets a hit marker. Retreating yet again. Doesn't want to risk it. It is a 3v3 now. Mastermind with a Kobe grenade. Jesus Christ. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Fake is almost dead for the count here. Now his clock is slowly ticking down, Kai. This is the opening. Can Endpoint do it? Alexi has to retreat. Barely one shot, but they're going to be chasing him down like a scarlet dog. Villarreal gets a shot on Querny. Right now, Faye's the last player, and they finally get it. What a match!
What a match, but what a great comeback Entropy did to make it 13-10. But Endpoint managed to clutch out at the end there. Victorious as Villarreal finally gets his foot on the ground in the second half and gets the frags that his team desperately needed to give them the advantage going into this series. As we move on to Docs quickly, make sure you guys stay tuned as we're surely going to get an exciting game for the next one.